Welcome back. Today, we're tearing into a massive phenomenon in international football. In this explainer, we are diving deep into the absolute dominance of the French national team. Look, if you've been watching their recent performances, you already know they're operating on an entirely different level right now. So let's get right into breaking down this unstoppable run. Now, I really want you to keep this one monumental question in the back of your mind as we go through this analysis. Seriously, what is stopping this France team? Because with the way they're playing week in and week out, the answer we're arriving at might just be absolutely nothing. So the absolute core of their success, it's their tactical adaptability. I mean, we've seen them tested against literally every kind of opponent out there. You want to sit deep and defend in a low block like Paraguay? Fine, France breaks you down. You want to rush them with a high press and highly physical football like Senegal or Norway? France completely neutralizes it. It honestly doesn't matter what complex setup an opponent brings to the pitch, they remain totally unfazed. They just find a way to win. Section 1. Total Dominance, France versus Morocco. Okay, let's dive into this with some hard data to actually prove this adaptability. Let's look at their recent clash against Morocco, a highly technical, super hungry team packed with massive quality. Just look at the disparity in attacking threat here. Based on expected goals, which obviously measures the quality of scoring chances, France generated an incredible 3.0. Meanwhile, they restricted a very dangerous Moroccan side to just 0.14. Morocco came in incredibly hot after beating strong teams like the Netherlands, but France just flipped a switch and completely shut off their threat. It was practically zero. And honestly, the match stats tell the exact same story. Despite relatively balanced possession, France had about 52%. Look at the actual output. France had 5 shots on target to Morocco's 1, and they created 5 big chances while Morocco created absolutely 0. In fact, France missed 5 big chances, which means this could have easily been a 4-0 demolition. They took a highly capable, dangerous opponent and made them look entirely average. Section 2. The Engine Room, Koné and Rabiot. So who's actually enabling all of this dominance? We always hype up the superstar forwards, and rightly so, but the real secret is the defensive midfield pivot. That is the absolute foundation for this team. First up, Manu Koné. Check out this number, 47 touches. Stepping in for Tchouaméni, Koné played with zero fear. I mean, there was a moment he tracked back while already on a yellow card, lunged in to make a crucial tactical foul, won the ball, and just drove forward. No hesitation whatsoever, just pure, fearless confidence. Let's quickly rapid fire through Koné's masterclass here. He made only 3 inaccurate passes the entire game. 3. He went 2 for 2 on long balls, won 4 ground duels, and had 5 recoveries. He has this immense technical ability to safely build from the back while covering massive amounts of space. People keep asking why N'Golo Kanté isn't playing. Well, it's because Koné is dropping performances exactly like this, seamlessly linking defense to attack. And perfectly complementing Koné is Adrien Rabiot, who was just an absolute defensive wall. He actually tied for the highest defensive contributions in the entire match with 8. 4 recoveries, 3 interceptions, 4 headed clearances. When you combine this kind of midfield shield with an impenetrable backline, especially with William Saliba putting in a total Rolls-Royce performance, opposing teams simply cannot find a way through. Section 3. Synergy in attack. Mbappe, Dembélé, and Elise. Right, now that we've seen how the back door is locked, let's look at the front line. Their ruthless success isn't just about individual skill, it is built on absolute selflessness and teamwork. Take Michael Elise, for instance. 18 duels contested, and he won 10 of them. Guys, these are peak defensive midfielder numbers, but they're coming from an attacker. He acts as a crucial, hardworking pivot in transitions, registering 4 recoveries and 9 passes in the final third. Even without scoring himself, his impact on the team's overall fluidity is monumental. So, let's actually break down how this teamwork creates goals, step by step, looking at Dembele's goal. Step 1. Elise receives the ball with his back to the goal, turns, and plays a telepathic quick pass. Step 2. Mbappe, instead of just driving straight for glory himself, makes a completely unselfish diagonal run. That single run drags defenders away and opens a massive gap. Step 3. Dembele easily finishes in that wide open space. There is zero ego in this front line. They literally just want to win. And speaking of Mbappe, I've got a terrifying number for you. 11. That is 11 goal contributions, 8 goals and 3 assists in just 6 matches. Sure, he's human, he can occasionally miss a penalty, but he instantly bounces back to score brilliant goals and lay off assists. He's operating not just as a lethal scorer, but as an elite creator.
Section 4. The Mastermind. Didier Deschamps.
Now, none of this harmony happens by accident. We have to talk about the mastermind behind this unit. Just trace Deschamps' era over time. Appointed back in 2012, he took them to the quarterfinals in 2014. By 2018, they were world champions, totally destroying everyone in their path. Fast forward to 2022, they're finalists again, barely losing on penalties. This is an incredibly consistent track record of deep tournament runs spanning well over a decade. And this number right here just sums it up perfectly. 20 World Cup wins in 26 matches managed. That is an absurd win rate at the very highest level of the sport. Deschamps' true genius isn't just his tactics. It's his ability to manage a dressing room packed full of superstars. He completely eliminates those toxic ego battles and forges a team that fights as a unified family. Section 5. Morocco's Blueprint for 2030. Let's take a quick pivot here to respectfully analyze the other side of this matchup. Morocco might have exited the tournament, but their long-term developmental success is an amazing story. Back in 2009, they were ranked in the 70s globally, but look at how they rose. They invested heavily in infrastructure and local talent, creating this massive scouting funnel. They scouted 15,000 children, narrowed that down to 57 elite prospects for their academy, and ultimately produced European stars like Azzedine Ounahi under manager Mohamed Ouapi. That infrastructure is paying massive dividends. Honestly, for a young Moroccan team packed with 18 to 24-year-olds, reaching a quarterfinal is a massive success. They are genuinely going from strength to strength. Looking ahead to 2030, when they co-host the World Cup in their own brand new stadiums, this experienced, battle-tested squad will undoubtedly enter the tournament as heavy favorites.
Section 6. The Ultimate Superpower.
Bringing it back to our main focus, we are quite literally witnessing the ultimate footballing superpower. They have the tactical adaptability, the dominating statistics, the fearless engine room, and the totally selfless harmony in attack to crush any opposition in their path. Even the legendary manager Arsene Wenger recently noted, "The only team that can beat France is Spain." And yeah, upcoming challenges against world-class teams like Spain or Belgium are going to be fierce. But looking at all the evidence we just went through, France is uniquely equipped to handle any style of play. They don't sweat, they just confidently dismantle whatever is put in front of them. Which leads us to this final, provocative thought. Just look at the balance, the depth, and a front five packed with absolute world-class talent. Is this the most complete international squad we've seen since the legendary Brazil team of 2002? Honestly, it's hard to argue otherwise. I really want you to think about that as you watch them play their next match. Thanks for joining me for this breakdown, and definitely keep your eyes on this incredible French team.